you go to an international school in Korea, you probably know of a little test called the SAT. Most hated, some depend on it, and all have to deal with it. But what will some students do in order to get a good score on what some propose as one of the top 2 criteria for getting into college?
The SAT. Now, the SAT determines a lot about which college you will get into, as reported by both students and teachers.
In 5 words or less, how important is the SAT?
Freaking important.
Very important for Korean people.
You need to get an 800 on the SAT or you will die!
So with these opinions, it is unsurprising that people would do anything in order to get their hands on a good test score. Literally anything. Here is a dramatization of an actual incident in a Korean high school. Now let's stop right here and think. Sure, the SAT partially determines what college you get into, but is it really worth jumping out of a 2-story window? Or getting tackled to the ground by a full-grown man? Sadly enough, these cases are true events attended by test takers and Hagwon teachers in Korea in order to gain some kind of advantage over fellow test takers. Now, I know that these events are only a few rare cases amidst the perpetual Korean struggle to get into college. But it is a true fact that many students do fester away in hagwons and institutions in order to gain that elusive 800. But let us ask ourselves this question. Why should a test become the sole objective of a student's life? Is the SAT truly the best way to measure a student's worth?
Think about the test leaks.
Test leaks?
Yeah.
I think it's caused by the pressure of SATs and the fact that everyone thinks they have to get a really high grade. And because it determines like a lot of your college acceptances, I guess.
And what do you think about the people who, the hagwons and the people who will do anything to get a good SAT score?
I think it's a waste of money, and also it's sort of pathetic.
Why?
Because they're not gonna, survive in college if they're always looking for help from other people and cheating their way into things.
Okay, I think that the latest SAT debacle is yet another nightmare and indicator of how the whole SAT thing has gotten completely out of hand. And the fact that we use SATs as one of the sole determinants as to whether or not a student is prepared for college is outrageous. I really think there's a lot of other indicators that tell you whether or not a student is prepared and qualified to attend a certain institution, and it's ridiculous that people do this kind of crap because they feel like they need to in order to get into a good college.
So, before you become desperate for an 800 and even consider running out of the school with your test, let's just remember that maybe it isn't worth throwing away your dignity for a test. I mean, the SAT is just a test, right? This has been Yu Sun Chin for the Phoenix Plume.